Hi, welcome back to our channel. I'm Bianca, I'm one of the bosses, and we are marriage coaches. I am married to Christian, and I have two beautiful, lovely small children. And today we're going to discuss how to stop auditioning to be his wife when dating and 5 categories that fall under that. Let's go. But first, before we start, I want to do a quick shameless plug of our new course. So if you are engaged or married and you struggle with understanding what the Bible really says about a husband and wife, and you really want to be the best version of yourself that your spouse deserves, then click the link in the description because we have an awesome marriage course for you. And well, I hope you get started and join us to grow as a husband and wife, right? All right, so let's move on with today's video, which is stop auditioning to be his wife. So under that, disclaimer, I'm not saying this as like a pretentious person who did everything right in dating. On the contrary, hold up. You're very dirty, hold up. That's a little better. All right. On the contrary, like a lot of these are like our convictions or my convictions that I went through. But anyway, let's just get to it. So number one is be your true self. Like when you are dating, you truly need to not pretend to be better. Don't pretend to be better at keeping something tidy. Don't pretend to be better than other people. Don't pretend to be always kind and always happy and always friendly, and don't pretend to like certain things that your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm mainly speaking to girls, right? Stop auditioning to be his wife, but you can stop auditioning to be a husband too, by the way. But don't pretend to like what the other person likes just to kind of, we start doing that peer pressure thing to be in and to be liked and to be accepted, and we need to stop. Okay, when you are dating, you are truly dating for the goal of long term, and I'm gonna make a video all about what to actually do while you date then. So that will be like in the next 2 weeks probably, so subscribe for that and stick around. But really try be yourself. Just be your true, real self, and let them learn all the good and all the bad and all the ugly and all the pain and all the fun and the joy and the hilariousness behind it. Okay, so that's one thing that we need to do when we are trying to be like compete for this role of being the wife or husband. Okay, so the second thing that we need to stop, or that we need to do, is we need to learn to put God first in dating. Okay, so meaning God should be first in every situation, in how much time you want to spend with the other, in how much attention and focus you give them, in how much power you give them over you and your feelings in your life. God should always come first. And I say that from a place of I was definitely the type of girlfriend who wanted to spend every single waking moment with my boyfriend. And I hated him doing things alone and me having to do things alone. I hated that. And I was definitely a clingy person in the sense of I want all the quality time. I still am, and I still work on it, and it's still a struggle, but I'm much better now than I was then. But it's all coming down to putting God first. Don't let that person tell you your worth. Don't let that person tell you how beautiful, how worthy, how funny, and so on you are. It all comes down to don't let them tell you what you are worth, and don't like try and be extra to be valued more, because God values you, God loves you, God thinks you're absolutely gorgeous. So putting God first in your time, in your attention, in your way you measure yourself with, that's what you need to do while you are still dating. Okay, moving on. Hold up. So the last one is kind of a little funny, but one thing that I know that all girls do when they're trying to like audition for the wife role is looking after the man, cleaning his clothes, tidying his room, organizing the socks, and like doing all those things for them, like helping them keep their desk clean, helping them. I literally like if you haven't seen our story, like I'll put it up here and you can see it. But there was a while when we lived in the same house, okay, while we were dating. So I would clean his room, his bathroom, the kitchen, everything, his clothes. He didn't do anything. So, not because he didn't want to or he's lazy, but because he didn't get a chance to, because I was just like trying to serve him and prove that I would be a good enough wife. And the mistake here is the idea is they're either living with their parents, right, or living alone on their own. But when you immediately jump into the cleaning and taking care of them role, what you're actually doing is mothering them. You are not showing them that you're going to be a good wife. You're showing them that you are a good mother and that you want to control their space. You want to take away their self control and their flexibility and their responsibilities and do it all for them. Now, that doesn't only like send the wrong message to him, but it also like it's a false narrative of how it's going to be in marriage, because in marriage we both have our roles in the home, we both have our duties in the home, and if it's not a team effort, the house is going to fall apart. So it's setting the wrong idea. Stop auditioning to be the wife by trying to prove that you are good enough to keep the house or the room up. Like, stop it. Don't be the mother. That's not what you're called to do. You're called to be a wife. Okay. So, anyway, and when you're still the girlfriend, you're not the wife. So, stop trying to be a wife. You are a girlfriend. Just be cute and pretty and fun and get to know each other, the ins and the outs and the good and the ugly, and just strive toward becoming like a married couple, but wait until you're married to actually like do the wife role. Okay. Just learn from my mistakes and don't do it. And anyway, most of the time, quite irritating to a man when that happens. Now, how can I get this thing to put me in the middle? All right, so the next one kind of like falls in with the previous one, and that's in the category of shopping and finances. So basically, don't do their shopping for them. Okay. So, a mistake that we make as girlfriends is trying to buy all their clothes, sometimes their food, even, but most of the time we try to buy all their clothes for them and revamp the whole style situation to what we like. Most of the time, we start liking a guy because he looks a certain way. So, when you try to imprint your style and what you like onto them, they're gonna feel uncomfortable and get irritated. And seriously, let them buy their own things. They have a job. They need to take care of themselves. Okay. You're not the wife yet, so stop trying to like I'm not talking about like gifts. Gifts are absolutely fine, but don't do all the shopping. Don't be the mother, okay? Then finances. What we did, we were dating for a very long time. We were dating for like 5 years. What we started doing was actually like working out our finances together, like budgeting together, planning together, doing our expenses together, like really combining everything. And it was all because of the living situation as well. Like it kind of impacted that, but it's a mistake. Okay. So just learn from our mistakes and don't do it. Don't do the budgeting together. Don't put your finances together, because the thing is, when you get married, you become one. When you are dating, you are still two different people. You have two different lives. Yes, it's overflowing, and yes, it's like interlocking and starting to connect, but don't put all your finances together yet, because you're not one yet. So you can't be like, let's use the money as one if we are not one. Okay. We just don't do the shopping for him, and don't combine all your finances from the get go. Okay. Because again, you are the girlfriend or the boyfriend. You're not the wife or the husband. Okay. Got it? Cool. Last one. The obvious one, sex. Guys, sex. We have to talk about sex when we're talking about like anything dating or marriage, okay? Because in dating, well, boundaries. Boundaries, girl. Okay? You really, really, really need to have boundaries in sex. Meaning, don't do it. Just don't do it. Do you hear me? Like, don't do it. Okay. It's not worth it. It's not worth, and I'm not talking about any other facet that comes with sex here. So if you actually want a video about sex boundaries, leave me a comment down below. If you'd like a video on like boundaries and sex and all that. All right. That is actually a topic that we do discuss in the course that I mentioned earlier. So click below in the link. I'm talking about stop auditioning to be his wife. Don't try to prove that you'll be a good enough wife by showing that you are good enough in bed, by showing that you are good enough and can have the funnest, best sex. Like, it's not a competition. Stop making it a competition. You know, do you know who's making it a competition? Us, women. We are making it a competition. Like the moments that you use the language or the thoughts that, am I better or am I okay with it? You're the one creating the competition in the first place. So just stop. Stop competing to prove that you can kiss well enough, that you can hug good enough, that you can do all these things good enough to be a wife, and that, oh, what I can make you feel is worth never feeling it again from someone else. That's the mindset that the world tells us that we need to go into. And it's wrong, because that's not what God says. So stop auditioning to be the day six of his life. Okay? Don't do it. All right. I'm so sorry. The wind is picking up here, but let's just do a quick rundown. Okay. So number one, be yourself, like your really true self, and stop pretending to be the best person in the world and the favorite person in the world that everyone should fall in love with. Okay. Number two, put God first. Do not put him first in what he thinks of you. Put God first in what God thinks of you. Okay. Number three, stop cleaning. Stop cleaning his stuff. Stop organizing his things and tidying his things. You are not his mother, and he has his own responsibilities to take care of himself, at least for now. Okay. Number four is stop buying all his things and combining your finances. You are still separate people. You are still just dating or engaged, but you're not married yet. So wait for when you're married before you do that, because it just messes with the mind and the soul, people. Just don't do it. Okay. Number five, sex. Do not use sex as a way to prove that you are a good enough, well, piece of entertainment. Okay. Okay. Don't do it. So stop auditioning to be his wife. That's the message of the day. And, all right. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the next one, which is like where I tell you all about like 5 things I've been convicted of last year in the beginning. of last year. And I'll see you over there. Thanks for growing with us. See you there.